But I was ready to write off the division. If the Astros would have won yesterday's game, I was ready to proclaim the Astros division champs. So the fact that you didn't win yesterday, you let the series, leave out of the grasp of your hands today. You can't declare the division over yet. Like, you're kind of allowing Seattle to linger around even without winning baseball games.
Yeah, you are. And I still believe that at the end of the day, when we talked about it, when we made our predictions, I think the Astros will win the division by, 5 to 7 games minimal. And I think that they're going to be just fine. They're still 10 games over 500. It's just that, when you have someone down, you'd like to step on their throat and just basically cut off all hope. We were talking about a 3-team race for a while, and the Rangers have looked like they've basically imploded. But we knew going into this that it was going to be between the Mariners and the Astros. It looked like this was where the Astros separate themselves. We also knew, and the one thing that I kept thinking about was this stretch of 14 games when you play the Red Sox and the Orioles and the Royals and the Phillies, and you know that the level of competition has been ramped up a bit. So you'd like that cushion because you know the level of competition you're playing. You're in a good spot still. But, it would be nice at home with the way that you started and with the guys that started hitting if you could have at least won the series.
I thought Verlander was good, finished the game strong. Velo slipped a little bit, but maybe to be expected for a dude who's 41 and hasn't pitched in a big league game in a long, long time. Threw 76 pitches, struck out 6 guys in a pretty good lineup. Mm-hmm. So I think it was an encouraging start for Verlander. I think these are kind of the lines of what you're going to see from JV going forward, though. Like, I don't expect Justin Verlander to be a guy who's eating 7 innings in a start. I think he probably needs to be a 5-6 inning guy if he can keep the pitch count down during a game, give up 2-3 runs, keep your team in it. I think that the idea of a dominant Justin Verlander, I think that's long gone at this stage of his career. Like, be a solid middle of the rotation guy. And if this is the line score, and I know the ERA is not great on 2 runs in 5 innings, but if that's the line score, 2 runs, 5-6 innings every single start, I take that at this stage from JV.
Yeah, I think it'll get a little better because in his rehab starts, he didn't really have any high leverage situations either. Even in that first inning when he ramped it, he had to ramp up and reach back a little bit for a few pitches that were in and around 95. I think his velocity his arm will get stronger. His velocity will be more consistent. We won't see that 2 or 3 mile an hour drop off. But you're probably right in the fact that it would be unrealistic to think that he's going to go 7 innings in a start and he's going to be the kind of guy that's going to get the kind of strikeouts he used to get and be able to, keep teams in the games on shutouts and 1-run games. He's still very, very good when he's at his best. He's not what he used to be, but he's still better than most that you can put in your rotation at this point in the season.
Everyday Tay is becoming a little bit more hittable. Taylor with an E. He's starting to, I don't want to say regress, but he's given up a little bit more runs lately than we've been accustomed to. Give up another run today. Of course, Yoshida got him for the home run the other day. Second day in a row, I guess if you want to take a little bit of good news out of this, second day in a row where the Astros didn't use their leverage guys. So the big two that they have in the back of their the bullpen should be healthy going into this Baltimore series because Abreu not used in back-to-back games, Josh Hader not used in back-to-back games. They should be good to go. Altuve, you gave him a day off. It'll be good to go. Good to see Bregman back in the lineup. Bregman hit the home run in the first inning, but then had a critical pop-up later in the game.
Well, but to pick up where he left off on the power surge that he's been that he found before he got hurt, that was a good sign. And he, like you mentioned, he put him on the board early with the home run. You got to believe that when he kind of knocks a little of the rust off, that'll just get better. But he batted leadoff today. Altuve had the day off. But when you get that full lineup now and you can go 5 strong at the top, Pena slides down a notch. Everybody gets more comfortable, kind of slides down to a more comfortable position in the lower half of the lineup. It should hopefully bode well for the offense.
Al says on YouTube, where all the sophisticated listeners hang out, thought Verlander did fine for his first start back, all things considered. It was felled at bats with runners in scoring position today. That was the critical part of the game, was the 7th inning. Astros had runners at second and third, no outs. John Singleton strikes out. Trey Cabbage actually worked a walk, but I think that this was his final day with the Astros. I think Gamble is going to take his spot. Bregman then popped up. They brought in a lefty to face Jordan. He struck Jordan out. So you get second and third, nobody out in the 7th inning. You're down by 2 runs at that time. It's like, okay, here's your opportunity. Here's your opportunity to at least tie the game. Astros got nothing there, and really it was game over after you didn't get anything there.
Well, even if you don't tie it, Jeremy, second and third, nobody out, you got to at least push one across. There has to be some way of a ground out or a sacrifice fly that gets you at least 1 run there so that you're in a 1-run ball game. To not get anything there was a bit demoralizing for me. I thought that was a huge opportunity as well. And runners left on base for this team in the last 2 games has been a bit of an issue.
Yeah,